We are going to unpack some truly fascinating yet deeply unsettling psychology today. We are currently living through the worst epidemic in recorded human history. It's a silent killer, far deadlier than the habits we actively try to avoid. And honestly, the most terrifying part, the vast majority of people affected have absolutely no idea it's hunting them right now.
15. Look, I want to speak directly to you for a second because this is the stark reality of our modern world. Loneliness is more dangerous to your body than smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Just let that sink in. We spend so much time obsessing over our diets, hitting the gym, trying to avoid obvious physical hazards, but we completely ignore the devastating impact of isolation. It operates totally under the radar and it is dramatically more lethal than the things we actively worry about.
And I really need to emphasize something here. This shocking statistic, it's not just some poetic metaphor designed to make you feel sad. It's a hard biological fact. A massive meta-analysis out of Brigham Young University looked at data from 3.4 million people. That's enough to populate a major city. And what they proved is that chronic loneliness isn't just a fleeting emotional experience. It's a profound physiological crisis. Millions of data points confirm that we are tracking a biological phenomenon operating on a massive global scale.
Now, what's truly terrifying is how this actual damage unfolds inside you. Your body responds to loneliness exactly like it responds to physical danger. Think about it. For most of human history, being separated from the tribe literally meant you were going to die, right? So your biology reacts accordingly. It tears down your physiological systems. You get these massive spikes in the stress hormone cortisol. Your sleep architecture gets completely wrecked. Your immune system tanks, leaving you incredibly vulnerable. It even accelerates cognitive decline. And ultimately, it leads to a staggering 26% higher risk of early death, heart disease, and stroke. Basically, your body is screaming that it's under attack.
But this physical destruction actually originates entirely in the mind. The pioneering researcher John Cacioppo spent 3 decades studying this neuroscience, and well, his findings are absolutely chilling. Loneliness activates the exact same neural pathways as physical pain. The lonely brain is a brain locked in a state of chronic, unyielding threat. It essentially hyperscans the environment. Your brain starts frantically searching for social danger everywhere, and worse, it actually begins to interpret completely neutral, everyday signals from other people as hostile. It changes how you see the world, making you perceive rejection where absolutely none was intended.
Which brings us to a terrifying twist that most people have never ever heard. Loneliness is contagious. Yep, you heard me right. In 2009, researchers Cacioppo and James Fowler proved that loneliness spreads through social networks exactly like a virus. It doesn't just happen in a vacuum. Your brain perceives a threat, so you defensively withdraw. And that behavior naturally pushes your friends and family away. Because they feel pushed away, they in turn become lonelier, and then they start pushing their connections away. It's this invisible transmission of withdrawal just spreading from person to person.
So let me ask you a direct question. Are you really connecting online or just falling for a digital illusion? You might have, say, 847 friends on your profile, but how many of them have you actually spoken to recently? Research consistently shows that passive social media use, just scrolling, observing, consuming, actually increases your loneliness. It starves your brain. We're getting these cheap dopamine hits from a like on a photo, which kind of mimics connection but provides zero actual psychological benefits. Your brain desperately requires genuine connection to survive. I mean actual eye contact, physical presence, reciprocal disclosure, vulnerability. We've built the most advanced communication infrastructure in human history, and yet we have literally never been more isolated.
The absolutely crucial point here is understanding what experts call the loneliness loop. Because your brain is trapped in this state of hypervigilance, constantly scanning for social threats, you're far more likely to withdraw before anyone even has the chance to reject you. Loneliness literally makes you afraid of connection. And that fear of connection, it only deepens the loneliness. The trap is incredibly elegant and honestly incredibly cruel. Most people spend years, sometimes even decades, caught inside this invisible loop, deeply afraid of the exact thing that could actually save them, without ever realizing they're trapped.
We need to break this illusion right now by distinguishing between two very, very different states of being. Loneliness is the agonizing threat response of forced, unwanted isolation. But solitude? Solitude is the profound pleasure of chosen aloneness, and the neuroscience backs this up completely. When you choose to be alone, it activates the brain's default mode network. That's the system responsible for self-reflection, creativity, and making meaning of the world. This is the exact state that fueled brilliant minds throughout history, like Einstein and Tesla. Learning to actually choose your aloneness, rather than feeling like it's being forced on you, is one of the most powerful psychological shifts you can possibly make.
But how do you actually break the trap of chronic loneliness? Well, the research points to one brilliantly hopeful antidote, and it's simple: quality over quantity. The goal isn't to exhaust yourself trying to pack your calendar with 100 surface-level interactions. That's not going to cure the threat response. Just one genuine connection, one single relationship with real vulnerability, physical presence, and reciprocity does more to break the loneliness loop than anything else. You just need to find one person or one place where you are fully, genuinely seen. And then, have the courage to actually let yourself be seen there.
Ultimately, loneliness isn't a character flaw. It's just a hijacked biological signal. It's as ancient and as necessary as hunger, designed to motivate you toward connection. But in a modern world built to simulate connection without actually providing it, millions of people are starving while surrounded by the illusion of food. So ask yourself right now, who is the one person you can reach out to today to finally break your loop? Don't let the silent killer win. Subscribe to Dark Archive for more deep dives into forbidden psychology, buried history, and the dark truths they never taught you in school. The archive is open.